Welcome to the third part of the film. I would recommend you to watch the first two parts, but if you can't for some reason, here's a little recap. Riding from Delhi, we had reached Jaisalmer. We were staying at Jaisalmer for a day, and it was the most eventful day of the entire trip. The morning ride on the army tank was the most memorable, but right after that we got to spend some time with the kids, and the evening was riding an ATV in the sand dunes and getting closer to the Rajasthani culture. The following day was pale in comparison. We rode 500 kilometers on a very hot and straight highway to reach Ahmedabad. Our stop there was minimum, as we had to head to the Indian motorcycle dealership the next day. I hadn't posted much on my Instagram because I was riding and filming, but it was still nice to run into a few of my subscribers. And everywhere we went, we got these special badges and a word of support from all the dealerships. And the time was soon to leave the dealership and head to one such charity event. It was a school for blind and mentally challenged children.
होता है कि लोग भरोसा नहीं करते कि ये लोग सही में कुछ करने वाले हैं या नहीं, बट नन्नू की बहन ने 2 मिनट भी नहीं लगाए हाँ करने में. तो मैं आपकी संस्था का थैंक यू बोलना चाहूँगी और हमारी तरफ से एक मोमेंट प्रेजेंट करना चाहूँगी जो आप हमें याद रखेंगे उससे. प्लीज़.
The topic that I'm about to disclose is very hard for me to portray. The challenges that these kids and their parents face is something that you have to see for yourself to experience. Inside the school, however, they've built this dark area and they encourage the sighted person to go in and experience what a sightless person feels like. I found that to be very thoughtful. Almost all the places that we visited, the words that I heard in this school was the most heart-touching. I never realized how fast the time passed, and it was past midday and we had to be on the highways again as we needed to make it to Surat by nightfall. So wrapping up the event, we headed back to the highway. Surat was only 275 kilometers away, what I consider to be a typical short ride. But that distance can also turn long if taken too many long breaks. And I just didn't want to stop. In the first film, I had told you that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Lunch is probably the second most important, so by popular vote, we had to stop. Okay, why are we stopping again?
We're gonna eat and go.
Yeah.
Do you want to अब रुक गए हैं तो फिर रुकते क्योंकि अब रुकना नहीं है.
I want to.
Okay, listen to me. I'll leave. यहाँ पे खा लेंगे. खाना पानी जो भी है करके. Next stop will be वडोदरा के बाहर bypass है. That is roughly 95 kilometers.
बस.
Day 6, it's close to 12. It's midday, it's super hot outside. We're chilling inside the AC. We left the group and I'm with actually the influencers. Roshni is sitting right across to me. And then there is Tulsi, is from XPHP. Zohair is over there. He's riding the vintage. Opposite to him, there's Sonia, who's riding the big, bulky, the hulk of a motorcycle, the Roadmaster. beside me, Shruti, again on a scout, and finally I'm on my rocket ship, another scout, but because of the windshield, it's just cruising through the highways, it's destroying the traffic out there. So we're just waiting for them to finish up the food, and I'll also have to finish up all of this food, and then we'll go straight to Surat, no stops, 250 kilometers. I don't want any drama. We'll see you at the hotel.
না এটা বোধহয় এমনি স্ক্রু ছাড়া খোলা যায় না না খুলতে পারছি না ধরো ধরো Crossing some sort of a river. The bridge is pretty much broken and I don't know which river this is. We'll have to look it up later, but just about 100 kilometers or less away from the hotel, which means, you know, this is what I call finishing range. We have enough fuel and that means I don't have to stop for anything apart from these bumps.
After lunch, however, the plan was to hit the highway and maintain 120 kilometers per hour. I don't know what they put in my bike, filled it with nitrous oxide maybe. I was always disappearing ahead of the group, and stopping a few times for them to catch up didn't work. So I just kept moving forward at a decent pace. Shomit was doing an amazing job on the GPS and I was just riding without a break.
So we are in Gujrat and this is the birth and living place of Mahatma Gandhi, and thing is, this is the historic Dandi path, which means this is the same path that Mahatma Gandhi took during his Dandi march, and we're now riding on it. The bump just unsettled the motorcycle. So that's our hotel over there, the weekend address. It's a huge hotel. I wasn't expecting such a grand hotel in Surat. I was like, you know, maybe a little small establishment would do. Big bikes like these
I was kind of expecting a small one in Surat, but I guess I was proven wrong. Parked the bike, got into the hotel room, and ordered some food. The food at the weekend address was purely vegetarian and it was awesome at the same time. I'm afraid I had a bit too much of it. That caused a little stomach problem which led to a minimal delay next morning when we left the hotel. And after 2 days of group riding, we were back to solo riding. When your stomach is acting up a bit, it means you don't really need to stop for breakfast, which is perfect since Mumbai was just 280 kilometers away. I told Shumit, hang on tight, we would get a brunch at the hotel itself. Google was showing somewhere around 5.5 hours, but it took much lesser than that. Honestly, I don't remember much of the ride. It was just one beautiful highway which got over by the time the fun parts and the twisties had just begun. I think reaching the hotel took less than 4 hours, and apart from Tulsi and Roshni, no one had arrived yet. We went up straight to our hotel room, ordered some food, and went to sleep. After the first 4 days of hectic activities, the rides had become relaxing. In short, we were having too much fun. In the evening, we had an event nearby at the Powai Lake. Right beside the Powai Lake, we met the children from Asha Foundation. I think in all the places we went, the children in Mumbai were the loudest and the most cheerful. Effect of Bollywood maybe.
We are setting up a computer lab. आप लोग उसको यूज़ करेंगे. This will be for your use. और हम लोग अगले साल फिर आएंगे आप लोगों से मिलने के लिए to see your growth and progress. Thank you.
They cheered and clapped loudly at every instance. The Asha Foundation got 5 computers for their lab. In most of the places, the GQ riders tried to donate infrastructure instead of direct funds. I also got to know that they were there on the previous year as well, on their K2K ride. And this year, they left with the promise of another visit the next year. Going to sleep early that night, I thought about how as the ride progressed, I became more and more offline. The stories of Instagram became less and less frequent, and the sound of the V-twin became the most integral part of existence. The canyons on the way to Pune would be fun, I thought. Next day, it would be Pune. It takes us 40 hours in front of the screen to edit one film, but it'll take you only 4 seconds to hit that subscribe button and turn on that alarm bell which is right next to it. If you do that, you will get to know when I upload the episode 4. I'm working very hard on it, and I hope to see you when I upload it.